Up next, I review a recently updated and re-released EP from a band that has been making waves over the last 4 years, Gable Price and Friends, coming up on Andrew's journey in Christian contemporary music. Welcome to Andrew's journey in Christian contemporary music, where we dive into the classics, discover what's new, and demonstrate the originals. If you're into all things Christian contemporary music, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. It's real important. Climb aboard. Let's do the CCM journey together. I've been writing songs since I was 15 years old. And later on, years later, I became a worship leader and have been so for about 30 years. And from that time on, I was writing almost entirely worship music. When I decided to do this segment of my YouTube channel, Discover What's New, I wanted to try as much as possible to stay away from the worship music area of CCM, as there's just so much out there. And quite frankly, I'm finding a lot of what's coming out, not all of it, but a lot, to just be a rehash of songs that I've heard before. The quest to find originality can be hard to find. So when I recently discovered Gable Price and Friends, I felt as though I was getting a little bit of the best of both worlds. Here is a band with roots in worship music who decided they wanted to do something outside of that box, but still maintain a little bit of the worshipful element. What you get is a band that knows how to write catchy hooks and provides lyrics that are thought-provoking, vulnerable, and wild, sometimes all at once. When I heard that their EP, If I'm Being Honest, was being re-released, I, honestly, heard their name but couldn't recall where. I had a chat with my daughter about it, and she reminded me that she shared one of their songs with me a while back. It was the version of the song Repentance that featured worship leader Corey Asbury. Now I'm making the connection. Anyways, let me get to the review of this EP. As I mentioned, this is a re-release. The first version of If I'm Being Honest was released in 2021 independently and had 4 tracks. The re-release, which came out July, just this last month, on Capital CMG, and has the same 4 tracks, plus live versions of 2 of those tracks. The EP kicks off with 50 milligrams. It starts with feedback noise. Always kind of a cool thing. Then the instruments come in as the guitars play the first hook. And then the first verse comes in. Maybe I'm just homesick, wondering where my home is. When sadness is romanticized, human nature's plank in the eye. Huh? I told you the lyrics could be wild. The song is quite personal, actually, for Gable, as the 50 milligrams refers to the antidepressant pills that he was on in a time in his life when he was facing a lot of anxiety. A driving, rocking song with some great bass lines by friend band member David Funk. Always love a great bass line. The song is incredibly catchy, which I find is the case with all the songs on this EP. They stay in your head. And I've got to say, the comparisons have been made of this band with the likes of Switchfoot and Reliant K, which I definitely hear those similarities. However, for my taste, I much prefer Gable's vocals to John Foreman or Matt Thiessen, who are always kind of hit and miss for me. Gable has a great range which he displays in this song. It sort of reminds me a little bit of Tim Neufeld from the Canadian band Starfield as well. Next, we have I Need You, another terrific hook and groove that addresses the struggle with the pressure in ministry to look good on the outside, and that with what is really going on the inside, and our need for Him, and our need to be honest with Him. There's a line in the chorus that resonates with me. It says, "If the land that I take is another step away from you, I don't want it." Sometimes we can get so locked in with ministry and taking ground in the battle that we can leave the commander-in-chief behind. We always need him in all aspects of our life. Track 3 is Someday, and in brackets, Regrow. It starts with a clever guitar hook that leads to a beat that is a little bit more mid-tempo compared with the first two songs. I see the lyrics of this song being all about faith, written in the Gable Price and Friends way. It speaks of being deep-rooted, and that with every cut and scrape we get along the way, healing comes, and we regrow because of our deep-rooted faith. The last studio-recorded track is the title track, If I'm Being Honest, which really sums up the entire EP, as I feel being open, honest, and vulnerable is the overarching theme of this project. Though it's the slowest and softest song on the EP, the melody, especially the chorus, is so memorable and just sticks with you. Musically, you can pick up some of the modern worship cues. To me, I can hear For King and Country doing a cover of this song. Gable goes into this falsetto range in the chorus and bridge that's reminiscent of Luke Smallbone from For King and Country. An example of Gable's brilliant lyric writing comes in the opening lines of this track. It's great imagery. "Watch your mouth, you're shaking up my fragile state of mind. Broken glass, softly throwing stones, still breaks the windows." Ultimately, in the chorus, Price realizes that he can't do this life without Christ. If I'm being honest, I can't do it all on my own. If I'm being honest, been running away just to roam. A beautiful song. The last two tracks that were added in the re-release are live versions of the first two tracks. The live version of 50 Milligrams was recorded in Atlanta, while I Need You was performed in Nashville. I won't say any more about the songs themselves, but for someone like myself who hadn't heard or witnessed Gable Price and Friends live, it was good to get a feel for the kind of energy this group brings in a live set. And from what I've heard and read, they're a pretty energetic group in concert. I've gone back and listened to Gable Price and Friends' earlier work, including their 2020 album, Fractioned Heart. I have to say, they're releasing some much-needed authentic music in CCM, and it appears they're just getting started. I look forward to what they will be putting out in the future. Well, that's it. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if you're into Gable Price and Friends and how their music has touched you. And if you haven't checked them out, look them up and give them a listen. They've released some great stuff, including If I'm Being Honest. I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. We'll see you next time on Andrew's Journey in Christian Contemporary Music. Take care, God bless, and bye for now.